and welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of June 17th. I'm Terry Morrow, and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
For a weekly episode to talk about parenting in a roundabout way, along with a little pop culture. So I think I mentioned maybe in a past episode that my family was going to the New Jersey State Special Olympics last weekend. And I am here to report that it was just the best time. And my kids did well, and the weather held up. It rained a little bit on Sunday, but then it cleared up. And what a fun event that is every year. I recommend if there is a Special Olympics, a state Special Olympics going on near you, just go and watch a little bit of it. It's a good time. And the opening ceremony is always really fun because they have the athletes, each group in our state, which is mostly per county, but sometimes there's smaller counties are grouped together. But each group has a different color t-shirt. So they walk in and then they line up on the field in all their different color t-shirts. And it's like, a rainbow of potential. It's really great. And also as they walk in, there's like police officers from all over the state are at this thing, giving out the awards, doing everything all through the weekend. But at the beginning, they're like on both sides of the track that the kids walk in on. And so the kids walk in high-fiving officers on either side. And it's really heartwarming. And the spectacle of it is kind of glorious. Yeah. And the athlete's oath and all of that. And then it's just one event after the other. They usually by about midday, they're 2 or 3 hours behind. But this time they were behind from like the very first event. So you just keep telling yourself, it's a volunteer run organization. These people aren't being paid to do this. Just let it go.
Right.
But we had fun. It was good. And it was like more walking all around back and forth to all the events and to the various different attractions with athletes who were bored and wanted to be taken someplace. I got more exercise like in those 3 days than I do in a month usually. So it's a workout for the kids and for the parents.
Right.
But I want to give a particular shout out to whoever it was who was planning the music for the opening ceremony. Because at the beginning, the first group to come onto the field was the young athletes that they have. So these are little kids. And they played How Far I'll Go from Moana when they were walking in. And this rarely happens to me, but I just started crying. It's like somebody punched me in the eye sockets. I never thought of that song that way before, because in the movie it's so clearly about, distance. I mean, other things too, but just these little kids, there's no telling how far I'll go. Oh my gosh, I'm just, So it's like for a crowd of old, hardened, crusty special needs moms who've been fighting for their kids for decades. And we hear that song and we remember how people said, not very far. And it's just, kudos. That was just perfect and started it all on such a good note. And I cried really through the rest of the ceremony and possibly through the whole weekend. Oh man, I'm never going to hear that song again without bawling now.
Sounds beautiful.
It was. They had a lot of good songs for the athletes coming in. Some of them a little bit.
I thought you were going to say
conceptually,
that was Taylor Swift.
No, there was no Taylor Swift. There was Born to Run, which sounds like it would be a really good one to play. But then when you start listening to some of the lyrics, it's like, yeah, maybe not. But if you could just get the line from the chorus out and then move on to the next song. But it was fun. It's always a good time. And we're very grateful for our coaches who are responsible for these kids for the weekend. And everything went well. So anything interesting in your past week? Mulch still there?
Mulch is still there.
No more dead animals?
Not that I know of.
And that's the way we like them.
That's right. Yes. Well, we're back to empty nest temporarily, as my son has gone to New York and will be going to basically 1 to 2 shows per day for 2 weeks. Yes.
And what size bank loan did you have to take out to enable him to do that?
Well, it is for school. Okay. So we were able to use those nice savings that we have for that. Wow. So yeah, so he's loving that.
Good for him.
He knew he was going to be in the neighborhood where I once lived, so he asked about that, and I gave him the address, and he took a picture there.
Is that the Home for Wayward Girls?
No, not the Home for Wayward Girls. The apartment that I lived in for like 6 years.
Wow.
On the far east, Upper East Side.
Okay.
Back in the day when there was no subway on 2nd Avenue to get way over there. So you were hoofing it from Lexington.
And thus the rents were affordable.
Yeah, that's right. They were. So he took a picture in front of the door, which it sure looked nicer now than it did then. I don't know if it's been renovated or what, but this was a 5th floor walk up of railroad style, you know, where you have to walk through every room to get to the next
kind of place Ripley would have been living in before.
Well, it was a step up from the SRO type rooming house, whatever he was in. Yeah, it did have its own bathroom. It's just that the bathroom was in the kitchen, and the kitchen was attached to a bedroom, and then the bedroom, the other bedroom was attached to, that whole thing. So, yes. So that was fun.
Memories.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Makes you appreciate your house now even more to think back.
Truly. So.
Even with a mountain of mulch.
Yes.
Well, so. You know who doesn't have a mountain of mulch sitting in their backyard?
That's right.
The Bridgertons.
The Bridgertons.
They have people who do
maybe that's how Gregory broke his arm.
Yeah, maybe he was jumping. He was
shoveling.
Oh, he's shoveling mulch.
Jumping off sounds. Of
course, in one point,
more likely.
In this episode, he had an elaborate, serious-looking sling, and in the next scene, he was just fine, and his arm was moving around like nothing.
Right. So, yeah. And he had a top hat at one point as well, looking quite dashing.
Yes, he was.
So, yes, Bridgerton has returned to us for 4 more episodes that dropped a few days ago.
Yes.
So, we watched 2 of them. We restrained ourselves to just 2.
Well,
some of us may have cheated a little
restrain ourselves. But we're only going to talk about 2. I didn't watch the whole next episode. I just fast forwarded around to find the scenes that I was interested in. But
all right,
I will not speak of them, nor will I speak of the very, very, very many spoilers I have seen on Twitter.
Yeah,
or plot lines not yet introduced or barely introduced. Maybe a little bit.
That they're going to introduce and dispatch in 2 episodes.
Apparently so. Remaining. Well, no, that are going to set up, I think, future shenanigans. But
here we had wedding planning going on.
Yes.
We had some nice scenes between Penelope and her mother.
Yes.
Starting to get to a little more common ground between them.
Humanizing mom a little bit.
Yes, exactly. While not humanizing the other 2 daughters.
No.
Dingbats.
Yes,
those
and
2.
Colin standing up for her in front of her mother was lovely. And,
yes.
More of that, please. But so indeed, as suggested by the end of episode 2, they are in fact engaged.
That's right.
Hooray.
They are engaged.
Way too early in the season, but okay.
Well, yes. And of course, the complicating factor being not another suitor, but the whole secret identity, Lady Whistledown situation, which we knew was going to come back and bite Penelope.
I got so excited when they were getting engaged so quickly, and I was like, oh, there's going to be complications. And then as soon as we finished that episode, I thought, oh, crap, Lady Whistledown. That's what the complication is. Dang.
Yes.
So.
It is indeed.
Yeah, well.
And so then there was a whole thing where now Cressida is trying to become Lady Whistledown. And I honestly was feeling sorry for her by the end of this.
Yeah, her life has taken a sad. I guess Devling just hoofed it out of town after the unfortunate business with Penelope.
Yeah,
he didn't stick around to look for the consolation prize.
Yeah, I mean, it was going to take him a year to get to where he was going, so,
so he had to leave now.
He had to dash.
I had a 5-minute window to find a wife. It's closed. I'm sorry. I'll be back in a year. Well, I won't be back in a year. I'll be where I'm going in a year. I'll be back in maybe 3.
Right. So what was his need to get married in the first place?
Yeah,
if he's not going to be around.
I guess it's just what one does.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants children. So he was going to stick around for just long enough to plant a seed, and then he was off. Doesn't have to deal with the morning sickness or anything else. He just,
right,
knocks you up and heads away for several years. Comes back, the kids, the
kid's a preschooler. Yes, exactly.
Old enough to mind his manners. Oh, yes. Well, they could not have made her fate look more dire than that old gentleman to whom she was to be betrothed. Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Throw yourself up out of a window, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, wouldn't you rather live in Wales?
Really, absolutely.
With your aunt.
Do we know that the aunt is horrible? If the aunt is nice,
Even if she is horrible.
That's true. You don't have to sleep with her.
Oh, dear.
Oh, man. Yeah, that we're definitely, they're putting the pedal down hard on the feel sorry for Cressida bit.
Yes.
And I do, but no. What you did was not. I could see why she did it. And I mean, on one hand, it seems like the perfect out for Penelope because she can just not deal with it, not have to deal with it, not have to confess it. But a writer is not going to want to just,
right.
You can't. Too much pride in that.
Yes.
It's like giving up a kid, So you can go off and have this happy life. You just have to leave this child of yours behind.
And then there's other Bridgerton siblings.
Yes.
Lots of happenings. We had the return of Anthony and Kate.
To do really not much except blow and to be pregnant and not tell anybody.
But then they eventually told, but it was sort of
There's
it was
so very much going on.
Yeah, there's so many Bridgertons.
I mean, an heir, woo! But we have all this other stuff. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The heir's not going to be here for a while. We can wait to celebrate
We're going to
that,
have to just table that right now and worry about some other stuff like, what is Violet's hesitation of talking to the Queen about Francesca?
Yeah, I don't know. They are adorable, the two of them. How could you not just want to make this happen immediately?
Right.
They should just elope. Does one do that at this time and place?
Ooh, good question. I feel like that would be possibly frowned upon.
Probably. It's just that there's so much. There's already one wedding going on, so that's already going to steal their thunder. And
well, I think they don't want
actually.
Any
you
thunder.
do not wish any thunder. No thunder for us.
Yes.
Thank you. We can just do this very quietly.
Right.
We'll meet the priest out back. It'll be fine. No parties. No, that's fine. That's fine. We'll just
no, we're good.
We would prefer just to sit in our own parlor, and I will play piano, and my husband will look at me adoringly, and
right, we'll be good. And we will live happily ever after.
No,
I did think that Francesca was going to get her own book, but maybe not.
She does.
I mean, her own series.
She does, and I know what it's about from Twitter, and it is spoilish, so I shall not say. But yes, this is not the end of her story.
Got it.
Unfortunately, many, many, many people on Twitter have read the books and so know all about what's coming up.
Right.
And are not shy about sharing it. So, and this 8 episodes introduced a twist on that book, which, again, we'll not get into. But
people are salty about?
No. The ones I read are happy about it and saying that the ones who are salty about it should just go cry them a river. So,
okay.
Yeah. It's, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
All right.
But yes, there is much talk, and you would not have to look very hard if you search hashtag Bridgerton to find out about it, because there is much talk.
Okay.
But
I will not do that.
Or just go on Twitter at all. If you've ever searched the term Bridgerton, you'll probably see it.
Yeah.
Or just really anywhere where people collect to go, do you believe what they did? Okay. So anyway, but they are certainly a very cute couple, and I wish them well. And surely nothing will come between them. So, but it's like there's too much romance in this season of Bridgerton.
Right. I know.
It's so very much romance.
Well, at least we had there was a little too much for Benedict. He had to bolt the other way from Tilly and I forget the other guy's name.
Paul, I think. Yes. What appeared to be being proposed there.
Yes, he was like, I
think he'll be back.
Yeah, we should have gone alphabetically in order to cover this topic. Through the Bridgertons, but we already covered Anthony and Benedict.
Anthony and Benedict. Colin, we've sort of handled.
Right.
Lots of canoodling.
Daphne has never been mentioned. Actually, they did say that, I think Hyacinth mentioned that, that Francesca would be just as beautiful of a bride as all the other ones. Daphne, Kate, and Penelope.
Okay. All right.
So Daphne
got a name checker at least once.
Quick, right.
Oh, too many Bridgertons.
Too many Bridgertons.
Colin and Penelope, quite frisky.
Quite frisky. And then we get to the end of the second episode, because we're gonna move along here. And so you see at whatever ball, Eloise and Penelope run away to hash it out. And you see Colin kind of following or noticing that they've gone. And then 3 hours later or whenever it is that Penelope shows up at the printer.
Yes.
Oh, he's behind her. What have you been doing?
Did she write this in the carriage? No, we saw her go home, right? And write it.
We saw her go home. Plus she had to get her cloak, her special lady whistle-down cloak. Yes. So,
yeah. Continuity-wise, that's a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
He just
we knew that it just felt very much like we know he's going to find out.
Yes.
And let's make it dramatic in this way.
Right.
But it felt rather compressed or something.
Yes. It did. And yet, thank goodness. Let's get this over with, shall we?
Yeah, we've got to get this out.
It's the end of episode 6. How long are we going to milk this thing?
To sort this out and get them.
I don't care if it makes no sense. That's great. Mm-hmm. I sent him a telegram saying, go meet her at this printer. Somebody there you might like to see. Just, okay, fine. Finally.
Right.
And what a fine mess. But I'm glad that we are sort of possibly seeing a way ahead for Eloise and Penelope to be friends again.
Yes.
Because, as nice as romance is, friendship is nice also. And they were an enjoyable friendship. And really, the only two of all these people who could be friends with one another. Neither of them has another good match.
Right. Yes. So there you have it.
Yes. And here we go. For next week, we'll watch the last 2 and see how all this wraps up for this time. Or I assume these 2 couples and no others.
These 2 couples, meaning Colin and Benedict and their, or not Benedict, Colin and Ken and Francesca.
I think we got to wrap those two up this thing. I don't think they can roll Francesca and her guy over to the next one. They want to get married now.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
Yes, they are quite insistent about
Would you please go talk to the queen?
Right.
They're pretty cute.
They are.
They're a nice little side plot.
Right.
With all the drama of the main couple. Just this little side one. Yeah, we chatted a little bit. He had some music done for me. We like each other pretty well. Let's just get married. Can you move this along?
We're ready.
Let's
go.
They're gonna be going through a bunch of stuff. Those two. We could get married first, and then they could get married. It'd be fine.
Right.
Don't make us wait for them to clear up all their drama.
Right.
We could go today.
We'll just hit the courthouse and call it good.
We don't need a lot of fanfare. Yes, they are the classic couple that today would just go to the courthouse and get it over with.
Because they're like, we are not doing all this. Picking out napkins. Nope.
Yep.
Get her done.
God bless them. They are not made for this time. Well, I am looking at the title for your Catherine's Library Find of the Week. And is this written by the modiste from Bridgerton? Perhaps
I bet she could do a good job.
Perhaps Penelope gave her a little polish, a little help out, a little ghosting or a little editing.
Yeah. Well, this is what I thought was quite a follow-up to
the sandals.
The sandals. Because in addition to making your own sandals, would you like to make your own bras and lingerie?
No, and no.
How to Make Custom Fit Bras and Lingerie by Don McCunn.
By Don McCunn. Okay, so this is a guy telling ladies how to get their custom fit bras and lingerie. Alrighty then.
Yeah.
It is for women. It isn't for guys who want to. No. Okay.
I mean, it's custom fit, so it can be for anyone.
It's so embarrassing as a fellow who likes to wear women's underwear to go into the stores yourself. Here you go.
This is the whole story of kinky boots, basically. Right. But yeah, I saw this come through and I was like, well, the world needs to know that in addition to making your own sandals, you could also make your own bras. I mean, I just think that this is on par with sandals.
It is,
of something we do not need to make ourselves.
Although custom fit is appealing, although I suppose you can go to a store and get a custom fit, but
you sure can.
I would not. I would like to have my dainties made by a professional. Thank you very much. Even though it seems hard to find underwear these days that doesn't rip and have holes in it at a earlier time than in the past. But you know what? It's not that expensive. We'll just buy some more.
That's right.
I really don't need to make my own. Oh, what would that? Why would you even do that?
I know. This is my question, and this is why I have to bring it up.
Did you read through to see if there were any tips that you could...
I mean, it has pattern. It's basically like how to make a pattern and then how to execute upon the pattern, as far as I can tell.
This just seems so Bridgerton to me. This is just the sort of thing your maid would be looking at that book, or your seamstress, and custom fitting those undergarments to your needs. But ladies don't do that themselves. We have people who do that for us. Their names are Haynes and
right.
Oh, Haynes.
Victoria's Secret. So that's
Mr. Fruit of the Loom handles all my delicate needs.
That's just going on the shelf with sandal.
Does it get checked out much?
I mean, it got checked out at once, so that I checked it back in. So.
Midwesterners are hardy individualists. They're like,
I should have I should have checked the number of circs it had, because I can see that.
Yeah.
When I check something in.
Can you find out who and then ask them WTF?
And ask them to show their work, please.
That's right. Yeah, you should have like a little festival of showing off your unusual embroidery and your sandals and your custom fit bras and a celebration of craft.
That's right.
And laughing a little bit at everybody.
Libraries have many events.
That's right. For any needs you may have.
That's right.
You can get it done at the library.
You certainly can.
And
I bet that there are libraries that have sewing machines you can borrow.
Oh, yeah.
All kinds of stuff. When our new library is built, it's going to have like a maker space. Nice. Maybe they'll have a sewing machine in there.
And will somebody demonstrate custom fit bras and lingerie?
Custom fit. We're going to call up Don McCunn and get him over here.
Show us how it's done, McCunn.
That's right.
We've been buying things out of catalogs in the back of Kohl's for many, many years. Show us how it's done.
Now we're ready to try something else.
Oh, dear. Well.
Yeah. I mean, there's just no shortage of information you can find at your local library.
Yeah.
But now we're going to spin through a different sort of archive, and that is our own archives of this podcast, which are extensive.
They are.
And we're going to see what we were talking about 1 year ago, 4 years ago, and 5 years ago this week. So a year ago, we were talking about proud parent moments.
Yeah, another Special Olympics story there, I think.
That's right. I think that is what inspired that initially.
My daughter being absolutely cool about stepping down from first place to second place when they put them in the wrong order on the podiums. And that is, a thing that I like about my kids is that they're not real obsessed about what place they get in competitions. They are happy to be there, happy to participate. And even though sometimes you might want them to care a little bit more, in the long run, you see kids who it matters to, and you think, yeah, this is better.
Right.
Because, it's great when they're super proud of, when, kids are super proud of doing well. But then if they don't do well, it's really hard.
Yeah.
And it's better to just be happy to be there, happy to be competing.
Right.
The thing with the Special Olympics is you can do your best and still not do great because you have no control over who they put you up against. So you may be up against people who are way faster than you just naturally, and you can do your best and you're never going to win. Right. So you just, the whole thing is be brave in the attempt. And that is really lame to say to somebody who thought they should do better and did not. Right. But you were brave in the attempt. Yay, you. They're like, yeah, no, I wanted to win. So I'm proud of my kids for really not caring all that much. Being completely game to go out there and doing their best, being very happy with whatever medal they got, and not dwelling on it. Either way.
Right.
Not be like, I'm the best because I got a gold, or I got a fifth, I'm so embarrassed. But just sort of like, yeah, this is fun. I can do this.
Yeah.
So that's my proud parent moment from this one, I think. After having seen some kids be really crushed and just, it's not worth it.
No.
It's just for fun. It's really just for fun. You're going to take these medals home. You're going to put them in a drawer with all your other medals. And you're never going to look at them again. Exactly. What does it really matter?
Right.
But do you have some proud parent moments lately?
Well, my son going off on this trip is exciting for him. And it was funny because I drove him to the airport, and I was, willing to just drop him at the outside and let him go in. But it was like we were quite early. So we were very early because we really didn't know how long it was going to take to get there, and I didn't want to be late. And also, I needed to use the restroom. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to park the car and we'll go in. And so we went in and found the restroom, and then he was like, okay, I'll see you. And I was like, oh, okay, I see how it is. Yeah. We do not need mom to go along to meet up with all of our peers and our teacher. So, yeah.
For our New York adventure.
Right. But he picked out and wrapped a Father's Day gift before he went, which is very sweet. Yes. So that was thoughtful of him.
Yeah.
So, and then, my older one just like doing her adult thing. It's pretty wild. Wow. So, yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. And then, when my son gets home, he's going to tackle the mountain, and we'll be proud of him for that. It's going to take him the rest of the summer.
You go from the big city to the mulch pile.
That's right. Sure will.
Think of all the musicals you can create in your head while you're working on the mulch pile.
That's right.
There you go. A lot of people.
Can be. Yep.
Found art in manual labor.
That's right. Absolutely. So.
So they may sound to him like scary advice.
That's right. Well, this was from 4 years ago. We were talking about this advice that you always hear about doing things that scare you.
Oh, yes.
And how, you know what? I don't want to. And you can't make me.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And it's one thing to challenge yourself, and don't talk yourself out of doing something that,
right,
might be really special just because it's a little scary.
Yeah.
I think that's different from this whole, like, every day you should do something that scares you. Like, should I really? Like, it scares me to, I don't know, drive without a seatbelt, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
No, we're not just doing dangerous things just because.
Yeah. There's a fine line between not letting being scared keep you from doing something you want to do and pursue things that are scary just because that's a good thing to do.
Right.
Yeah. I've certainly argued with my kids from time to time that, I know this is scary, but you should do it. It's a good thing to do. And you'll be glad you did. But I wouldn't necessarily say, what, that scares you? Yeah, go do it. That looks scary. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I see the wisdom of it, and yet I think it gets twisted.
Right.
But I can't.
And I think it's, I don't know, the kind of thing, it's some influencer or something, it's some life coach who's giving this advice. Like, well, you don't know my life or my kid's life or whatever.
I'm scared to stop listening to influencers, but I'm going to do it.
Right. Good for you.
I don't know how I'll live my life without them telling me what to do. It's really stressful, but they say I should do it, so I'm going to do it.
That's right.
I'm scared to not check out pop psychology books out of the library, but I'm just going to resist, and I'm going to take this book on making a bra instead.
That's right. There's so many options.
Kind of scared about making a bra, but I'm going to do it. Don't have to wear it. You just have to make it.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I certainly
to make my own bra.
I am totally scared of that idea. And I'm just going to leave it there. One of the nice things about getting old is that you can take advice like that and go, been there, done that. Just going to relax now. Thanks.
Right.
Right. When I was younger, maybe, but now, nope. Just going to sit here with my feet up and not do anything challenging whatsoever.
Right.
except go to the doctor 25 times a month. Other than that, I'm getting needles in my eye. That's scary, but I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I now have set up. Doesn't this sound like just the best day? This is the essence of being almost 65, ladies and gentlemen. On one day, I am going to go to 2 doctor's appointments in one building. First, I'm going to go get needles stuck in both of my eyes. And then I am stumbling upstairs to the dentist. Yay!
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm not sure which of those is worse. We'll find out. Dentists can go either way.
Yeah.
But I won't be able to see what they're doing. So just like, I just got needles in my eye. What do you got?
The last time I went to the dentist, they asked me if I wanted a fluoride treatment where they paint the fluoride
oh my gosh.
on your teeth. I was like, isn't that for kids? Like small children? Like I've never been offered that as an adult. Yeah. And also I have never had a cavity in my entire life. So I said, I don't think I need that. Yeah. Also, I was in a hurry. Yeah. I was like, I don't want to sit here for that another 15 minutes while you do that. But like, what?
Yeah.
Fluoride?
Yeah.
Painted? No, I'm good.
My daughter keeps coming home from her dentist, who is a dentist she's found on her own, and this is good. She's adulting. But they they say they want to do this. They say they want to do that. And I'm like, is that even a thing? And I will go search it. And yeah, it is. But I mean, they put sealants over her back teeth so that she wouldn't get cavities. She's never in her life had a cavity. So is this something that really needs to happen? I doubt it. But, way to merchandise there, I guess, dentist.
Right.
Yeah. It's just so like the last time she went, I said, if they tell you need something, come home and we'll talk about it and you'll call them back. Don't let them do anything while you're there. Because anything other than the dental visit, she can't afford. So we wind up paying for it. So it's like, tell them you have to ask your mom. Mm-hmm. You have to consult with your banker and make sure that you have sufficient funds available for such a procedure. But it's like, I mean, maybe. Okay, I don't want to say I think your dentist is scamming you, but on the other hand, I kind of think her dentist is scamming her. Oh well, we don't need to branch out. Don't listen to your dentist. That is my scary advice for today.
Right.
Go ahead, eat sugar. What's the worst that could happen?
Well, and
have them paint your teeth.
The year before that, we were talking about ambiguous kid speak. And, she could come home from the dentist and give you information. You're like, I don't know. I don't know what that means. But I think in my case, it's definitely the boy child who, famously, I'll figure it out.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Yeah. My boy doesn't want me asking him too many questions either. No. It's like, you can tell something's bothering him. It's fine. It's fine.
Right. Exactly.
Never mind. It's like, we really need to talk about this. He is not interested in talking about it. But, it's, and you just hope that this is just happening in the family. But I've talked to her before about how he's always saying, we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow. To the point where I regularly break out in, tomorrow. Exactly. We'll do it tomorrow. It's always a day away. Well, I assume that was just our little thing. But he came home one day with a T-shirt that one of his coworkers had given him that says, I'll do it tomorrow, and a picture of Snoopy. Oh. So apparently that's just his go-to, leave me the bleep alone. And he also has this whole thing where, he'll say, I guess he does this everywhere, that he says, I'm too old for that. I'm too old. No, I'm too old. When he goes to track practice, he's always says, so the other day he missed track practice and his coach had to run for him. Because for the relay, to practice the relay, his coach ran for him. And she started saying, I'm too old for this. We're all on to you, buddy. We're all on to you. We're so sorry. But, just a straight answer is all that's called for here. Really all you need to do. Just if I ask you a question, you can just answer it, not say tomorrow. I'll tell you tomorrow.
Right. Right.
Everybody is on to you, my friend. And you're not too old. It. You are in fact quite young. So
do you feel better or worse that, you're not the only one that gets this treatment?
I don't know. I mean, part of me is embarrassed that he does it everywhere, and I feel bad for that. But on the other hand, it's also sort of, there's an element of it. I thought that was special for me.
Right.
It's special for me. It's for everybody. It's just his thing. It's his shtick.
Yeah.
He's always had a shtick of some sort or another. So apparently this is it. But I hope he doesn't do it in a situation where, it's like if your boss tells you to do something, you probably don't want to say, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Though he must if his coworkers hear him say it. He's lucky he's so cute. But, yes. But yeah, I can't get a straight answer to a question about anything meaningful. You seem sad, you seem down, you seem stressed. What's going on? I get his equivalent of, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But will you? Right. And will I approve of the way you figure it out? This is what we need to discuss. I should use that on him though sometimes. Well, I guess we can figure out that this is it for another week of Parenting Roundabout. We'll do the rest. We'll do it next week.
Right.
Watch the rest of Bridgerton next week. That would be the last 2 episodes of season 3.
Season 3.
Be watching next week. Whatever do you think will happen, Catherine?
Well,
you could find out right now on Twitter if you wanted to. Or you could just like fast forward through the next episodes just to see those parts you want to see. It's like, right. I know this is going to work out okay, but I just want to make sure right now, immediately. This is why I oftentimes flip to the end of books. I am that terrible person. If you've ever wondered, what kind of person would flip to the end of the book and spoil it so that they go back and read the rest of it? It's like, if it ends in a way I don't like, I'm not going to waste my time on the rest of the book.
Yeah. Very sensible.
Not right. I understand, but you only have so much time in this life, All right. So right. You can find all our episodes on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com. You can also talk to us on our Facebook page, on Instagram, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat. And please visit our Amazon shop at amazon.com/shop/mamitude, where you can find links to a lot of the things we've talked about over the years. We'll see you back here next Tuesday. Goodbye, Catherine.
Bye, Terry.
Bye, everybody.